Both ladies in all black, but the knee sleeves for Injana Goodman. Early sits a guard here from Schuck.
Yeah, so I've commentated on Schuck a few times and watched many of her matches. She has a great ability to pull people into her rhythm and her game. You know, she's not super fast. She's not really, you know, doesn't rush through things. She just slows the pace down to where she's worked, and then she's incredibly effective from there.
Very, very calm.
Yeah. I mean, she's competing all the time. I held a tournament a little while ago. She was on that earlier this month. Amazing job. Just a few weeks before that, she competed in another competition up north. You know, very, very active competitor.
She's got full guard here, looking to pull that high guard down. Body triangle from the bottom position.
Interesting choice there. I mean,
well, limit your attack somewhat.
Well, my legs aren't long enough for me to ever be able to do this on anyone.
You're just jealous.
Older than 7 years old. But
to be fair, it's good if you're you're quite a long competitor. You can use it quite effectively. But Gabby's definitely not in that kind of range where I'd say she's much taller than her opponent.
Yeah, I feel like it's more effort to try and hold that position, and all it really does is take away your ability to quickly maneuver your legs into attacks.
Schuck doing a really good job of fighting the hands there, not allowing any frames on her body. That's pulling Goodman forward.
Might see a triangle attempt here.
Yeah, good triangle setup here, potentially.
Yeah, you can see her trying to feed the leg through that kind of hole that she's created.
A squirrel lock from the back, maybe?
Sure, Josh.
Why not?
Yeah, but you can see again, like Gabby slowed the pace down. Injana tried to come out very, very fast and very, very strong. Gabby immediately pulled her into a guard, and then it's basically been her game since that point. You know, Injana's not been able to open. She's not been able to create space.
The closed guard in no-gi is such a difficult position to try and pass. You know, it's so hard to posture here. You see stalemates happen so often. I don't think we're going to see that.
Getting high here, getting the angle potentially.
Yeah, Schuck is so aggressive off of her back. We're just seeing her switch through a cycle through base, different attacks essentially.
It's the grip fighting I really like so far. Yeah. Just breaking those frames immediately.
Yeah, you can see Injana's really having to try and fight to get rid of that grip on the wrist.
I think we might see a triangle attempt here if she can get that.
It's an interesting grip that she's holding. She's got the whizzer on one side, and drops into it. Yeah,
triangle
and then grabs
attempt
it
into omoplata, and I think she might take top position.
And she might go to a leg here as well. You know.
Oh, nice sweep to come on top. Looks to go to mount. And Goodman's just got that knee back on the inside. Using the long legs to frame out. That was a lovely sequence from the Brazilian, though.
Interesting that Gabby didn't insist on staying on top, though. She just was quite happy for Injana to stand back up.
If you're playing it strategically to try and get the victory, I mean, why wouldn't you just sit back down and then, look to if you can sweep again, get top position again. All of this is scoring.
As I said, Gabby is quite a strategic fighter. You know, she really does understand how to kind of win. It doesn't necessarily mean she's going to get a submission all the time. But she's gonna
beautiful sweep, almost directly into mount here. But
it's sort of framed from Delahiva and stood up, goes back on a leg though.
The other thing that Gabby has as well is a very, very powerful footlock. Often uses it from inside 50-50.
Yeah.
Just like a straight footlock that she just wrecks people's legs with.
Nice high whizzer here on that elbow. So you're trying to get that extension, possibly rotation through it as well. It can really attack the shoulder if you catch it just right. Body triangle again from the bottom here. What do you think Schuck's got to do here to try and make some inroads? Goodman.
I mean, the first thing is she needs to get better frames on Gabby. She needs to figure out how to free up this whizzer grip that's going there. That could be potentially using something like a limp arm. And until she does that, she's just defending off Gabby's attacks.
Well, that's the problem. She's been in a defensive frame the entire time. I think if she's able to create any space, or if Schuck opens his legs again, then we're going to see another roll through. And
omoplata through.
Schuck possibly thinking she can take the arm from there. And then what Goodman needs to do in these sort of situations is not get pulled back into the closed guard. She's having absolutely zero success inside of the closed guard. And I mean, there's a reason for that. No one's really going to have success inside of someone's closed guard. So I think she's need to be very careful about getting too close in there.
She's acting quite tentatively now as well. You see her just kind of backing away and almost like not wanting to engage.
You see here, this is where she gets caught in guard again. It's a slightly lackluster knee cut, perhaps, and it just leads us.
Yeah, she needs to stand up and just keep working from that position. It's much more difficult to get closed guard on someone who stood up than it is on their knees.
Straight back into the closed guard. So you saw Goodman come in with that knee shield to try and stop, that combat base, but she's allowing Schuck to get around that combat base too easily. She did it 2 or 3 times there. On that second or third time, she was able to close the full guard
again. Very strong whizzer here as we move towards the halfway point in this bout. It's been a lot of good work from Gabriele Schuck so far.
Yeah, very much one-way traffic.
Yeah, you can see Gabby working on that straight armbar position. She needs to escape her hips out to the sides if she wants to use it effectively, like to actually get the submission. But it's tying up Injana very effectively.
I mean, Goodman's got to commit to a limp arm here to get out of this.
I think we're going to see Gabriele go for another sort of triangle armbar, omoplata.
Yeah.
Possibly get that sweep again. On the last time, she was thinking about trying, or she was trying to take the arm from it after the sweep.
Again, she's got her hips high. She's starting to get out on the angle.
Yeah, I mean, pushing someone's arm in like this continually, it's going to slowly weaken it over time. They're not going to have the same resilience to stopping it. It's something you see when people are very, insistent on a single technique.
I mean, Goodman's doing a good job. So what she's having to do here, when Gabriele has that control of her left arm, of her left wrist, she's got to be really aware of her position and intention with the left elbow. She needs to make sure that it's pushing into the thigh of Gabriele enough that it can't be freed and go over the shoulder.
Well, she's freed one grip here, but she hasn't been able to break out of this whizzer at all yet.
Gabby's going back on that omoplata
There we
again.
go.
Yeah,
I mean, it's worked twice already. There's nothing. And she might switch through back to a triangle here.
Yeah, absolutely.
There it is.
Very nice. And keeping that arm locked in as well, so it's going to be hard.
I mean, good reactions from good reaction from Goodman to try and get a hand in there, but she's had to free the hand to now defend against this.
She's got to keep that head tucked.
I can't see whether the right knee is on the inside. No, I don't think it is. She's trying to get her left knee on the inside now, but
I think it was momentarily controlling the pace, but she's it's slipped a little bit.
I think it has, but Gabriele was just forward pressured the entire time trying to maintain this, and one mistake from Goodman and she might find herself inside a locked off triangle.
Yeah, it's anxious moments.
She's certainly not out of the woods yet. She's out of position now, but straight back into that omoplata and defended quite nicely. Beautiful attacking from Schuck.
Yeah, back into the arm attacks is giving Schuck a lot of one-way traffic here. We're moving into the third and final period now. Judges undoubtedly are going to be scoring this for the Brazilians so far, but a bit of a deeper passing position here for Goodman as she looks to lock up the upper body.
Much better position for her.
Yeah,
Gabby
best
does
position
have a
we've
good
seen
half guard though.
Yeah, best position we've seen her in so far.
Yeah, well, she's got the head and arm closed off now. Can't quite see what she's doing with the legs.
This is the first position we've seen Goodman in where she isn't on the defensive, to be honest with you, in this entire match. She's got 3 minutes to go here. She's not going to be winning the decision. We know that for sure. But she could still take this match. She'll need a submission, though.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing a great job of getting that arm high. She could be putting herself into a good knee slice position as well.
Nice escape from Schuck, though. And she's going to look to work out underneath here. She's got that high waist grip as she looks to come up in this dogfight position. She's going to try and pull that ankle through as she drives across. And this is a good wrestle up from the Brazilian.
Yeah,
and
she's rolling back.
On that whizzer.
Yeah, she's probably going to try and come back up to her knees from here as well and use those two interchangeably.
Yeah, we see it so often, right? Oscillate side to side.
Yeah, the coyote guard. Lucas late, very well known for it.
I mean, nice base from Goodman.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been using the whizzer effectively here to stop Schuck coming all the way out to the back. But you see she's having to defend the underneath as well. 2 minutes left in this ladies' bout here.
Yeah, Gabby's back up to her knees again. Back into that wrestler. She just can't pull that far leg in quite enough to get the sweep. She might try and slip up towards the back, though.
You see Goodman thought about a three-quarter staff there, trying to pry down on the head, and it's given up position a little bit, perhaps, for her.
Might roll. Gabby trying to use that to come up on top. Goes back to the close guard.
Yeah, nice space continuing there from Goodman.
And again, straight back to the heavy whizzer.
But, a minute and a half, and we've seen this position plenty in this match from Schuck.
Yeah, it's hard to perceive that Goodman's going to do anything that different from here.
And look, here we go, that wrist control. Goodman with that left elbow, making sure the right leg of Schuck doesn't come out. And is able to base up here. Definitely the most success in this third and final period.
Don't forget, you can get involved on social media tonight, hashtag Polaris24. Join us on all social media platforms. Thank you for watching the prelims here on YouTube. We're, of course, going to be moving to UFC Fight Pass a little bit later at 7:30 p.m. GMT, 2:30 p.m. Eastern for our main card later this evening. We've got about a minute left here as Gabriele Schuck looks to take control again from close guard against Injana Goodman.
She's up to her work rate a little bit as well. From that reset, she's certainly started to pick it up. You can see her throwing up the legs much more aggressively.
I think she felt she was underneath for a little bit. She took a little bit of pressure, and now she wants to fight that back.
Yeah, it comes to that tactical awareness. She wants to make sure that she's going to win, so she's putting the pressure back on Injana, trying to make that happen.
Well, going leg grip under now, looking to get the hips out. Better frames this time from Goodman. It's probably going to be a little bit too little too late, though. And as you guys mentioned earlier, breaking open a closed guard in no-gi so hard.
Especially if the person doesn't want to open the guard.
And she goes body triangle again from the bottom. You probably heard the 10-second clacker come in there. So we're going to go to the judges' scorecards one more time tonight.
And a really nice performance by Schuck. Just, you know, her classic style of composed, relaxed, and relentless attack.
You kind of said it at the opening, Tom. She just kind of pulled her into her game, and it was her pace from that point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can see that this was a great grip that she used. I'm going to take this back to the gym and play with it. You know, using that wizard and using the wrist control to keep throwing up triangles. When the triangle's defended, going to the omoplata, forcing the sweep, and then, you know, trying to come on top. And she did it a few times, very, very effectively.
Yeah, again, looking to throw up for the omoplata there. Thought she might have tried to stay on this a little bit longer. But
yeah, I thought she might have tried to attack the leg as well, you know. There's kind of a knee bar and a toe hold potentially in that position.
And she looked on the second or third sweep, she did look for it.
You know, but again, we see her going into this. That close triangle as well.
This triangle was really the closest submission of the match, I think.
Well, let's go ahead and make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, go to the judges' scorecards, and they see it for your winner by unanimous decision, Gabriele Schuck.
Well, Gabriele Schuck is going to take this one 4 fights through, another 9 coming your way on the preliminary card. Join us again in just a couple of minutes.